Welcome to this video. In this video, we want to have a look at enumerations, short enums. So when we have a look at our code here from the previous video, what comes in my mind right away is that it looks somewhat unintuitive. Why? Because as you can see here, we have an array containing our three fruits, and also we have a dictionary containing the same fruits. Right? Just that we have here each fruit assigned to a friend of ours. And well, what causes a problem? What causes a problem is that we really have defined our fruits here with a data type string. Well, this might not seem like a problem just for now, but just imagine that we would use our fruits again and again several times throughout our code. Really what we then have is just we have the perfect code for bugs, right? Because well, if we would have to write our fruits again and again and again as strings, then we could easily just mistype it, right? So if we have to write the apple, so then we could write maybe the peach with an extra E here, because we have to do it a lot of times. Right, and it can happen quite often. Or also maybe suddenly Emma, she just tells us that she changed her mind and now prefers oranges over apples, right? So we will type here in oranges, but maybe forgot to update the fruit change here somewhere else in our code, for example here, right? And if we then run our code now again, really what we then have is a data inconsistency, right? So we have our apple here, and here we have an orange. And this could be really bad. So in order to fix this, we would use the enum, and let's just declare one with our fruits. So we call it fruits type. And what we have inside our enum are just our fruits, right? So we have the apple, the peach, and our avocado. So now what is an enum? For that, let's just have a look at what we have done here, right? Because what we have done here is that we use the data type string for our fruits, right? And what the data type string provides us is that it provides us with the right alphabet so that we could form apple, for example. And well, you might say this is great, but really also comes in with a problem, right? Because we are not only capable of forming apple, peach, or avocado, but also we are capable of forming anything we want, right? Because it's a string, so we could also do something like that. And the second problem now is that our compiler really just can't know that this thing here is not a fruit, right? Because syntactically we have done nothing wrong, right? Because this is also a string. But for our code itself, this might cause a big problem. So now when we come back to our enumeration, the difference is that our enumeration prevents us to type in anything else that we might not want to have. What I mean by that is that we have our custom type where we implicitly say here is our alphabet, and the only values that we can have when we use our type fruits type are these three values, right? So it prevents us directly from mistyping it anywhere when we want to use it, because then we get an error from Swift saying that there's something wrong with the syntax because this is not in the alphabet. So here's how we would use it. We would type in fruits type and then dot apple for apple, then the same with the peach, and also the same with the avocado. So now we can actually try to change again this to a mistype, and what we can see is exactly that Swift now tells us that, well, this apo thing here, this is really not part of the alphabet, so we have a problem in our syntax. And so we are not capable, so Swift does not allow us to run this code in general until we have corrected this correctly in our code. So what we can also do, instead of putting fruits type anywhere in our array, we can set the type of our array explicitly to fruits type, and then we can just delete fruits type everywhere, because Swift knows that these values here are of type fruits type. So now let's do the same thing with our dictionary. And now if we come back to the problem where Emma changes her mind and she wants an orange, then we can actually just change this in our fruits type to orange. And again, Swift just tells us there's something off with our syntax, and we have to change everything everywhere in order to have our code run again, and also in order to fix the data inconsistency, right? Which is exactly what we want. Okay, perfect. That's pretty much all for this video. Thank you for watching.